Good morning, Kent County. I have a Bright MLS source sheet just for you to follow along with me. You can scan this QR code if you'd like to. Otherwise, I'm going to be walking through the numbers today on what exactly is happening with the Kent County housing market. Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? How long are homes sitting and what are they selling for? Again, if you want to follow along, this is my sheet. You'll even have the notes on it. Otherwise, let's get into it. So for starters, we have in June of 2024, the last completed month before we shoot this on July 20th. I have 253 homes that were listed for sale in June of 2024 in Kent County. Now, compared to last year, we had 287 homes that were listed. So we're actually at a slower pace than last year in terms of how many homes are being listed for sale. But check this out. Last year, the end of market inventory, meaning at the end of June of 2023, there were 450 homes available for sale, residentially available to go check out, place an offer on if you'd like. They were for sale. Now, in a month that had less homes listed than just this time last year for sale, like brand new homes. Remember, there were less new homes that hit the market this month than there were this time last year. Even with that being true, there are more homes total for sale than there were last year, because last year there were only 450 homes available. Today, there's 550 homes available. That's a big increase. That's well over 20%. That's 100 extra homes, and with less homes being listed. What does that mean? Well, to further break that down, let's look at some other stats. Last year in June, the average days on market, so the amount of time it took for a home to make it from actively being listed to under contract and have received and accepted an offer that both buyer and seller agree on, was 23 days. In 2024, that number's 30 days. It's an increase in a week. And we do have stats to say that June classically is the fastest month for homes to sell. We typically don't see a days on market that gets lower than June or July, and July is already trending up. So I would believe that that's going to be the lowest we're going to see. So homes are beginning to sit a little bit longer than they were last year. Not alarmingly, but more. Let's combine that with one other stat I'm seeing here. Let's go to the sold median. Now, this is the run-of-the-mill home. It's average in terms of what you would think about for a home in this area, but we use the median to get the true, actual run-of-the-mill price. And so the run-of-the-mill home, the average Joe is getting is a $310,000 home. That's the sold median, meaning that's the price the buyer's paying, the seller's receiving at the closing table. So 310 this time last year. Now we are at 345,000. So we have three factors here. We have price points that are increasing, as we can clearly see. We just went over the fact that now homes are sitting a tad bit longer while home prices are increasing. And we now know there's more inventory that is available on the market. So we have some accumulation happening, but we don't have as much supply hitting the market because not as many people are listing. What does this all mean? So as of July, we have only 143 homes that have been listed for sale. That's under pace for what we would like to see, because last year in July, we had 241 homes hit the market. This means we're probably going to fall slightly below the pacing of last year, if not just barely get to it, which means our market's not going to be accumulating an inventory, which is something we would like to see. And before I summarize, I have one last point that I think my nerds out there are really going to appreciate. And it's that number I talked about with market accumulation. We monitor this with something called MSI, monthly supply of inventory. How many months of homes are available today based off the formula of the amount of people buying versus the amount of people selling? How much inventory do we have versus the amount of people who want to buy the inventory? And by that math, they can say, okay, if nobody listed their home for sale anymore, how many months of homes do we have available right now for the current demand? Typically, for a buyer's market, we need that number to be above 4 to 4.5, maybe even 5 or 6 months of inventory. We are in a seller's market, but this time last year in July, I'll point this out. In July, we had a 1.7 months of inventory. In June, there were 2 months of inventory. In June of this year, we only have 2.4. Now, I said June and July for a reason, and stick with me. It's a lot of numbers, but this is important. We went from 2 to 1.7 last year, meaning there was a higher demand that came in July and there were less homes that were available. Well, We see less homes got listed last year in July. That's fair. But if we go down to this other box down here, and I'll circle it for my note havers, again, QR code if you want to have this with you, that in July as of right now, our market accumulation is 2.6, meaning we didn't go down from 2 to 1.7 like we did last year. We started higher, and actually we're reversing the trend. We're going higher. We're going from 2.4 to 2.6, meaning inventory is sitting. Could demand be waning, and could price points drop? I believe that in looking at this report, I'm going to put out a prediction. For Kent County moving into quarter four, I think price points drop. I think we begin to see the light effects of a correction. The 1 to 2.5% drop in price point, because classically we're going to see inventory continue to wane, but we're seeing it grow. And we know seasonally we're going to have less demand moving into, through, and past December. So if inventory continues to accumulate, we could see a world where we get over 600, 700 homes, 800 homes on the market in Kent County, and you could begin to see the effects of a correction. But who am I? I'm Zachary Faust, been a real estate agent here locally in Dover for 8 years. If you're looking for anything housing-wise in Delaware, hit me up, give me a text. Otherwise, I hope this information is valuable to you. And if you want more information specifically, I'm going to give you one other QR code. It's over here now. It's our Loft Report. So good. All this information every single month put into your hands for Dover, Kent County, Milford, Smyrna, all the alike, and Newcastle and Sussex, because we like them too. Let me know if you need anything from me. Comment below, like, subscribe. Have a great one.